My husband put a needle in my arm and I agreed to take the heroin.
Whoa.
Monica and Brian Midkiff tied the knot at the ripe old age of 19. During their 16-year marriage, the couple had 4 children and a roller coaster ride that included drugs, extramarital affairs, and financial meltdowns.
Look at me now, Your Honor. Pump it up.
Well, Miss Mickey, let me ask you this.
I need some excitement. He ain't got nothing in his pants.
I'm not going to be loyal to someone who acts like a child.
Did you make her have threesomes?
I didn't make her do anything she didn't want to do.
Monica and Brian want off of their bumpy marital ride.
I'm just tired of being the other woman. If it isn't with women, it's with alcohol. If it wasn't with alcohol, it's with drugs, Your Honor.
Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Monica Midkiff and Brian Midkiff. Mr. and Mrs. Midkiff, you have been married for 16 years, which is almost half of your lives, because you're both 34.
Yes.
I mean, almost half their lives they've been married. You have 4 children together, but you do not want to be married anymore. Mrs. Midkiff, I'm just going to start with you. I know we have some financial matters you'd like me to resolve, but before we do, why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here today?
Well, Your Honor, I've been married to this man since I was 19 years old. I know hardly anybody else in my entire life but him. We've been raised together. Everything I know is all about Brian Midkiff. I weighed 450 pounds, Your Honor.
Excuse me.
Hang on. No, wait, Mrs.
I
Go ahead,
wait-
Mrs. Midkiff.
I weighed 450 pounds, Your Honor. I did get down to 200. I'm getting back up there again.
How did you lose 250 pounds?
I'm a recovering heroin addict, Your Honor. I was on heroin for a year, me and my husband both. I went to rehab. I had enough, Your Honor. My husband used to
Did
stick
it make you gain or lose?
made me lose. My husband put a needle in my arm and I agreed to take the heroin.
Whoa. Okay, number one, first off, I'd like to say this is the first time I've ever seen this woman wear this many clothes since we've been married.
So what?
So she likes to wear skimpy things?
I can't even have nobody over at the house because she walks around naked.
Because I'm starting to feel good about myself. My husband's a bum, Your Honor. I won the Big Bertha contest at a small town strip club. There was 30 women and I won. I feel like I'm somebody. Look at me now, Your Honor. Pump it up.
Well, Miss Mickey, let me ask you this.
I need some excitement. He ain't got nothing in his pants.
But Miss Midkiff, let me ask you this. Well, I'm blown away. There's so many ways I could go already. I want to know about Big Bertha.
The Big Bertha?
Yeah, how do you win a Big Bertha contest?
Well,
what are the qualifications?
My kids needed Christmas. My husband wouldn't work, and I was sick and tired of trying to provide for him. I got to make $1,000. I got up on stage in some high heel shoes and I shook my butt for an hour. And by the time I was done, the strippers were throwing money at me, honey. Or man, Your Honor.
Mr. Midkiff, were you there for the Big Bertha contest?
Unfortunately, yes.
Hey, there goes my wife.
For one, Your Honor, I do provide for my children. I've never not provided for them. It's just the fact that she's an attention whore and has to constantly have everybody's attention in the room.
Oh, and who's the attention whore?
He's called you an attention
I need to get
hound. I'm gonna use a better word.
Okay, well,
He's the sex
But you're proving his point so far. So let's back it up.
She's very childish, very disrespectful, as you can see.
You say you've had self-esteem issues. Tell me about that, Mrs. Midkiff.
Well, I went from partying every weekend, drinking with my husband, putting my kids on the back burner, putting him on the front burner. I was a piece of crap mother, Your Honor. Okay? I decided that enough was enough. I wasn't putting my kids through another year of that. I decided I put myself through rehab, and I've changed my life. So what? I like attention now.
You embarrass me in front of
Oh,
my
yeah,
family.
Mr. Midkiff, hang on a second, though. She said something really deep over there.
Okay.
She said I was a piece of crap mother. And I've met a lot of piece of crap mothers, but they never admit it. She did. You know what I mean? It's hard for a woman to admit, and she's admitted it, and she says she's a better mother now because she realized that she wasn't a good mother before. Can you co-sign on that for me? Is that true?
Well, to an extent. I mean, when the kids are afraid to come out of the room because she's walking around the house naked, I mean, I
That
can
is
see how
not
that's
true.
really a good.
I do wear bikinis now and bathing suits now. I don't care. But I'm talking about when
my sons hide at the library so they don't have
That
to be
is not
around.
true.
Now,
Because-
Ms. Midkiff, you're not naked at the
No,
house,
I
are
am
you?
not.
Yes.
That's disgusting. I
Yes.
am not.
When divorce court continues, after Monica lost the weight, she went out and got her cougar on.
I left him for a 22-year-old last year, Your Honor.
Did you?
A 22-year-old.
Now that the kids are grown and on their own, is your longtime spouse getting on your last nerve? If you're ready to divorce, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Monica Midkiff, who claims her husband Brian is jealous of her recent weight loss. But did Monica's newfound self-esteem form more craters in her marriage?
I am happy for the fact that she's losing weight for her health, but it's like she's lost it here and it's gone here.
You seem to have some concerns about your sex life. Why don't you explain that to me?
Well, I left him for a 22-year-old last year, Your Honor.
Did you
A
really?
22-year-old fell in love with me. Yeah, I might not be appropriate in this courtroom today sometimes. I am going to church now. I am doing things with my
Yeah, you
kids.
can really tell.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
hang on. I mean, that's a deep thing. Another deep thing to say is that you left your husband last year for a 22-year-old. He seems pretty cool about it.
Yeah, he was interested in me. Maybe that was the wrong thing to do, Your Honor. But, you know, I had no self-esteem. I'm starting to get my self-esteem back for the first time in 16 years, Brian.
Yeah, but in 16 years, I still can't take you around my family because you constantly, you want to pop off with
Do you
your
think I care?
Let him
inappropriate
finish.
sexual
Let him
approach in
finish.
front of my
Do you
family.
think I care?
Ms. Midkiff, you
Hey,
and I
hey,
aren't gonna
hey,
get
hey.
along. Hey.
Sorry, Your Honor.
What kind of inappropriate conversations does your wife have in front of your family members?
It's inappropriate sexual jokes and comments
His
about
sister's
me
hot, what can I
and
say?
towards me.
Ms. Midkiff, talk to me. You've
I
been
would
with him
rather-
16 years. I want to know
I'm sorry.
what's going on here.
I would rather stay away from my family as long as I'm going to be with her so that I don't have to put up with the embarrassment and the constant talk that I have to deal with out of my family.
Well, let me ask you this, sir. Was she like that when you married her, or did she change when she lost all that weight?
She changed more when she lost the weight.
So what? I
Do-
slip and
are
slide
you
naked
happy
on a
for-
slip and slide one
Ms.
time and your
Ms.
family
Midkiff.
hates my guts.
Ms. Midkiff?
I am happy for the fact that she's losing weight for her health, but it's like she's lost it here and it's gone here.
It's still back there. Your Honor, I'm the one that asked for rehab. I'm the one that admitted to my heroin addiction. My husband had everyone convinced that he had no problem, and now he's drinking again, Your Honor.
But, whoa,
Mr. Midkiff, do you have
put the
some
brakes on
addiction
for a
issues
second.
going on?
No, I do not, Your Honor. Okay, I drink a beer at night to calm down, just to settle down. Okay, every now and then, if I'm with a friend, I will drink and I'll get a little bit of, a little bit tipsy, and I usually just pass out and go to bed. I don't bother anybody.
You say that Mr. Midkiff doesn't let you go anywhere without him. Explain that to me.
I went to Walmart with my daughter. He pages me 15 times. Accuses me of cheating on him. He checks my Facebook, my text messages. All he wants to do is stay in the house and drink. It's my kids' summer. I want to take my kids to church. He hit them with the Bible. And what do you call that? Spawning them or something?
No, I am playing
Did you
with
hit
my
what-
sons. Me and my sons
You don't hit them
roughhouse
with
a
the
lot.
Bible, Brian.
Well, you
You need to be a good role model for your
I
kids.
am a good role model to my children.
Yeah. Huh, let me tip up another 40.
You say your wife is Mr. Midkiff, you say your wife is a control freak. Tell
She
me
is
about
a control
that.
freak. I can't do nothing. And to start off, the reason why I checked her Facebook, the only reason I did was because it was my phone, okay? And I was going on to mine, and she forgot to log out, and I found out she was talking to her little.
After I
little
found out
buddy,
you had sex with the
and
babysitter.
And I destroyed the phone. Yeah, so what? If you didn't act like a little kid,
Hey, I was loyal to you till you started having sex with the babysitter.
I am not going to be loyal to someone who acts like a child.
Really, I'm not going to be loyal to someone who's a drunk.
Well, there you go.
When Divorce Court continues, have all the years of dysfunction caught up with the Midkiffs?
I don't know how to be with him sober, Your Honor. We were on drugs for so long. We just don't know how to be sober together.
Do you think Monica and Brian's marriage is too damaged for counseling? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court returns with the case of Monica Midkiff, who admits to cheating on her husband Brian with a 22-year-old man. But is what's good for the goose good for the gander?
In your materials here, you admitted that you do hit on her friends. Is that true? Now, Ms. Midkiff, you're scaring me. You're out here. I mean, I enjoy you, but you're scaring me a little bit. And we're getting a whole lot of bits and pieces of some very scary stories. I think I got a picture of what was going on, but now I need a picture of what's going on now.
I'm just tired of being the other woman. If it isn't with women, it's with alcohol. If it wasn't with alcohol, it's with drugs, Your Honor. I want my kids to come first, him come second, and I'm just tired of it. Brian is like my child. I'm tired of scraping up dollars to go get him a 40 every day. We can't afford it.
Okay, Ms. Midkiff, now focus in on. Look me right in the eye. Focus. Stick with me here. You've lost a lot of weight, which is a tremendous thing to do. You've kicked some ugly habits. You're on the way to being a better person. Would you say that in so doing, you may have lost your connection with him? I mean, are you bringing him along for the betterment ride?
I don't know how to be with him sober, Your Honor. We were on drugs for so long. We just don't know how to be sober together. And he is my drug, and I'm just ready to kick it to the curb because I don't need him no more. I need to take care of my kids, and I need to learn about me. And I've had it, Your Honor.
She's lost respect for me. She's lost respect for herself, the way she acts.
I've gained respect for myself. I don't always act like this, Your Honor.
There is a way to present yourself, and then there is a way to present yourself.
And that's so hypocritical from you, isn't it?
Now,
You're
Mr.
drunk every
Midkiff,
day.
in your materials here, you admitted that you do hit on her friends. Is that true?
Yeah, I've cheated on her.
Now, why would one do that?
Because she has no respect for me. She acts like a child.
Because
I
everything-
cannot, if she didn't act like a child, I wouldn't have done the things I've done. I feel like I need to be, I cheated because I felt like I needed to be with a woman instead of a child.
Everything.
I'm sorry.
How often have you cheated on her?
Here just this recently, it was twice.
Just recently, twice.
Well, probably about 4 or 5 months ago.
About 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah.
Did you know about that?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Yeah, I told her.
But he
don't know
used
to
to
lie
make me
about.
have threesomes, Your Honor. When I weighed 450 pounds, he would tell me that if I wouldn't have a threesome with him, he would leave me. He has my kids calling me names. He tells
Mr.
my
Midkiff, I mean, there's just so much. The list is so. Let me just deal with one at a time. Did you make her have threesomes?
I didn't make her do anything she didn't want to do.
I don't
understand the threesome thing at all. I mean, I really don't.
I did not make her. I cannot make any other person do anything they already don't want to do.
Except the fact that you would tell me that you were going to take my kids away if you wasn't allowed to sleep with my
No,
friends.
no.
Yeah.
When Divorce Court continues, as if things couldn't get any worse in the Midkiff household.
She threw an ashtray at me.
And you definitely went through the window?
Yeah, right above the air
That's a
conditioner.
lie, Your Honor. I've stood up for you for 16 years, and I'm just done.
You see this? It's the world's smallest violin.
Do you think Monica and Brian's marriage is too damaged for counseling? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Monica and Brian Midkiff, who after 16 years of marriage, 4 children, and numerous extramarital affairs, are in Judge Lynn's courtroom to wave the final white flag of surrender.
I feel like she has no respect for me, Your Honor, and even in some of the ways that she's acting here, I feel like she's still not showing any respect for me or anything
Tell her
else.
why you put your hands on me.
Hang on, Mrs. Midkiff. Let me throw a theory out there for you.
Okay.
Let me throw a theory out there for you. You got a woman, been overweight all her life, doesn't have a whole lot of self-esteem, got some drug issues here and there. She finally accomplishes something. She gets off the drugs and she gets some of the weight off and she's just kind of happy about it. Can you see maybe that she's like having a little moment in the sunshine? It might be a little too bright on occasion, but put some sunglasses on and just roll with her for a minute.
I could see it, Your Honor. I could see it if it was here and not here. Okay? It's just too
Brian,
far.
you're drunk.
It's
and when
too
you get,
much.
if you don't have
And when I met
alcohol,
her-
he's been putting his hands on me, Your Honor.
Hang on. Wait. She's crying.
He
Don't
threw
you
me
see?
up against the
she
wall in
turns
front of my
off and on
son,
like a
Your Honor.
faucet. I could care less.
Hey! I can't hear you both. What are you telling me, Ms. Midkiff?
2 weeks ago, he threw me up against the wall in front of my son. He broke a window in my house, and the cops got called, and I told the cops I did it. I'm just done. I stick up for him all the time.
Did you let your wife take the fall for a physical act of violence?
A physical act of violence that she committed.
So you didn't do it. She did it.
No, she did
She
it.
broke the window.
She threw an ashtray at me.
And you
then
ducked it and it
broke
went through the window?
Yeah, right above the air
That's a
conditioner.
lie, Your Honor. That's a lie. He gets mad, rant, raves, and carries on.
No, I don't get mad
Yes,
until you
do.
start pushing buttons.
Yes, you do, Brian. I've stood up for you for 16 years, and I'm just done. I want to be a mother to my kids. I don't care what you do anymore.
You see this? The world's smallest violin. I could care less.
Like I was going to
I
take
can
my
see that. I can see that. I can see that.
This
Ms.
is what he
Midkiff,
does.
why don't you tell me? I mean, you've got a 16-year relationship. You've almost been together as long as you had been without each other. At the end of the day, you're leaving one another, and all you want is $340 for an Xbox. Explain that
And my
to me.
kids.
An Xbox I paid for. An Xbox I paid for.
Because I know $340 ain't a lot to you, Your Honor. But I worked for that to take my kids to a water park. Okay? He won't leave the house. But he told me that if I bought him this Xbox, that he would give me the money back and we would be able to take our kids to the water park. It's been almost 2 months. And
I
I
paid
feel
for
like
it.
Did you buy
I
an
paid for it.
Xbox as opposed to taking your kids to the water park?
I bought it as a present for my son.
it's summertime.
And then now it's sitting in a pawn shop because we had to get groceries because she blew all the money.
Did
On
you
my
have video?
kids.
Mr. Midkiff, it seems to me that you guys are struggling a bit economically. Do you
Yeah.
think that having a video game, a new expensive video game,
I
was
made
a smart
promise.
investment?
I made a promise to my 10-year-old son, and I intended to keep it.
Mr. Midkiff, I'm going to tell you something about children. If you teach your children that life doesn't have disappointments in it, you're going to have a whole lot of trouble with
But
it.
I don't wanna-
Hang on. No. Listen to me. Something happens and you don't have any money no more. Your children need to understand that things happen, things change. You may get it later, but not right now. Just because I said I want to give you something, and if you don't have the means to do it anymore, you're teaching him a lesson about life. And that life lesson is you can't spend money you don't have. Listen, I think you need to go home and have a conversation about how you're raising your children, what damage you may have already done to them, and what kind of counseling you need.
I'm
The
already
next
in it.
purchase you should make should be to a family counselor to make sure what's going on. Because with even 1/3 of this heavy-duty stuff you told me about is happening, your kids are probably a little wobbly, and you're going to need to help them out.
I'm in counseling with them.
And put the liquor bottle down, and every time you don't pick up liquor, take that dollar, put it into the I'm going to get some help account so we can get some help. I'm not awarding anybody anything for any kind of video games because I don't think that's where your focus should be. I wish you the best of luck. I congratulate you on your victories. I hope you have some victories of your own. This matter is adjourned. There will be no recovery.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Monica and Brian say they have decided to stay together and work things out. They think that it is important to see their kids be together and have their kids see them work through their issues. They have been working on their communication and trying not to put each other down, but to be a team.